Hey sneak peekers, Tori McClung here at South by Southwest 2025. Now I'm about to interview the cast and the crew of Summer of '69. They're having their world premiere today and I can't wait to watch. So what drew you to this project?
Honestly, as soon as I found out Jillian Bell was behind it, she's been a comedy hero of mine forever. I mean, we're like the same age, but whatever. I just really wanted to work with a funny female director. And then also, like, I love coming of age stories, but I also have always wanted to be in one myself as like a woman in her 30s, because I feel like I'm still figuring it out. So I really related to an immature stripper lady woman. She's kind of my spirit animal.
I love high school movies. And this was a really special one because I think most high school movies have like a makeover montage kind of scene. And the first thing Jillian and I talked about in our interview was that this makeover montage would not make the main character more femme. It would just make them more like themselves. And I thought that was such a fun kind of twist on the tropes of high school movies. And that really sealed the deal for me.
If you could describe your character in one word, what would you say?
Awkward, but also full of love. Awkward and full of love. That's like 4 words, but it'd be that. I love Abby.
Maybe it's one word if we hyphenate it all.
Awkward and full of love. Yeah, that's one word.
So, as you said, you play an exotic dancer. Can you kind of talk about how you had to step...
It's a stripper.
Oh, I'm sorry. She plays a stripper, guys.
I play a stripper.
I'm sorry for hearing. She plays a stripper.
SXSW, stripper.
Stripper. Anyway, can you tell me a little bit how you had to step out of your comfort zone to play that role?
You know what? That actually is my comfort zone. I just think I work on modest television, so I have to cover up my bod and not be so filthy. But I'm more like her than I maybe appear. So I felt like I got to return to my truest self.
I mean, this is my first feature ever. So I've never done single cam. I've never really done the lead role thing. So every single thing was out of my comfort zone. But it was a huge challenge. Also, it was my very first time really away from home. We shot in Syracuse. So, and I'm from California, so I've never been away from home that wasn't 2 weeks. So it was very much a coming of age for me too, not just Abby. It was right after I had finished I was about to finish my gap year. I was on my way to college, and this was like my test drive of being an adult, and I definitely came of age here.
What was the process like? Kind of coming of age, being in your first feature star as one of the stars.
I mean, the process. I genuinely don't think I could have done it without Jillian Bell, without Chloe Fineman, without Matt Cornett. Also, everyone in Syracuse. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I adore to pieces, and I still talk to. And we really were a family. So that process was just me learning how to let go and lean on my village.
So overall, what was the biggest challenge that you faced working on this film?
We have some really big musical numbers. Jillian was super inspired by 80s high school movies, John Hughes movies, and it was really difficult to choreograph and then shoot the entire sequence in one day. It was 95 degrees out the whole time, but it was a marching band, there's baton twirlers, there's cheerleaders. It was a huge musical number basically, but it was a total blast and we pulled it off.
I think dealing with the older cars. So we had to do a lot of driving stunts in this movie, and we were dealing with really old cars. So we just had to overcome a lot of obstacles, and we got to use all of these different resources and come together, and we just are so proud of the product that we came up with.
If you had to give any advice to any students that are trying to break into the industry, what would you say?
I think the advice I would give is stick to your taste. I think getting comfortable with what you like is what's going to make you unique and make you specifically hireable. And I think that includes, sticking with people who have been loyal to you, or sticking with people who are kind, people who make you feel good, and good collaborators.
So, what about this film are you the most proud of?
I'm just most proud of just the community that we created filming it, and I'm also so proud of Jillian Bell Bell. I've been her stunt double since 22 Jump Street, so 2012, and so we've gone through our whole careers together. Now to see her direct, I'm just so proud of her. And then I stunt coordinated, so it was such a fun full circle moment.
What makes this film special to you?
I think it's a dynamic between Chloe Fineman and Sam Morales, the two leads, and they could not be more opposite, right? One's a Catholic high schooler, one's a 30s stripper, and because they're honest with each other, open up with each other, they find they have this sort of found sisterhood, and you realize people can be totally different, going through very different things at any point in their life, but if you just are honest with yourself, are open with your own behavior, you can find a way to move forward. And that to me is like, you can't have enough of that theme right now in our world.
So what message would you like young women to take away from this film?
Buy a vibrator. Just to you grow up at your own pace.
Abby, she was at her most beautiful when she was the most herself and when she felt confident in her own skin. I didn't do the big reveal, the big makeover. The makeover was like, how much do I like myself? And I think young girls, young people, like yourself first.
That's perfect. Can you do a hookup? A hook 'em. You know, it's their UT symbol.
You know what? I do that all the time.
Yeah, hook 'em. So you've been repping UT from the beginning. Yeah, hook 'em horn. All right, guys. Once again, my name is Tori McClung, and if you want to see more South by Southwest content, then you can check out our other videos over there.